In 2026, data has become one of the most powerful assets in the world. Every click, search, purchase, and interaction generates information that can be analyzed, monetized, and used to shape behavior. Data ownership power means that whoever controls data also controls influence over markets, decisions, and even attention itself. Companies like Google, Meta, and Amazon don't just operate services, they operate massive data ecosystems that drive global economic power. In this video, we'll break down why data has become the new foundation of influence and modern wealth. Data is the new infrastructure of influence. Data represents recorded human activity, searches, clicks, purchases, messages, movements, and preferences. When aggregated at scale, it becomes a structured reflection of human behavior. This transforms data into infrastructure. Just as roads enable transportation and electricity enables industry, data enables prediction, personalization, and control of digital systems. The more complete the data, the more accurate the understanding of human behavior becomes. This creates a foundation for influence at both individual and societal levels. Control of data means control of behavior systems. The real power of data ownership is not storage, it is behavioral influence. When organizations control data, they can analyze patterns and predict future actions. These predictions are then used to shape what users see, how they interact, and what decisions they make. For example, recommendation algorithms determine content exposure, search engines prioritize information visibility, and digital platforms personalize user experiences. Over time, this creates a system where behavior is not only observed, but subtly guided. Control of data becomes control of attention, and control of attention becomes control of influence. Platforms as data power centers. Digital platforms are the primary holders of data ownership power. Social networks, search engines, streaming services, and e-commerce systems collect massive behavioral data sets every second. These platforms are not just service providers, they are data ecosystems. Every interaction strengthens their informational advantage. This creates a feedback loop. More users, more data, better predictions, better user experience, more users. This cycle leads to exponential concentration of influence within a few dominant platforms. Data asymmetry creates structural advantage. Data ownership creates a fundamental imbalance between those who collect data and those who generate it. Platforms and institutions can analyze millions of behavioral signals simultaneously, while individuals only experience their own isolated interactions. This asymmetry creates strategic advantage. Organizations can identify trends, predict demand, and optimize outcomes at a scale that individuals cannot perceive. As a result, decision-making power becomes centralized in data-controlling systems. Data converts into predictive power. The most valuable form of data is not raw information. It is predictive insight. When analyzed properly, data reveals patterns in human behavior, what people want, when they want it, and how they are likely to act. This predictive capability allows organizations to anticipate decisions before they are made. In practice, this influences marketing, product design, financial systems, and even social behavior. Prediction becomes a form of control, not direct force, but directional influence. Economic value of data ownership. Data functions as a high-leverage economic asset. Unlike physical resources, it does not deplete with use. Instead, it increases in value when combined, analyzed, and refined. Organizations use data to optimize pricing models, improve targeting accuracy, reduce operational risk, and automate decision systems. In many industries, data has become more valuable than traditional capital assets because it improves efficiency across all other systems. This is why data ownership is now considered a core competitive advantage in global markets. AI amplifies the power of data. Artificial intelligence significantly increases the value of data ownership. AI systems rely on large data sets to learn patterns, make predictions, and generate outputs. The more data a system has access to, the more accurate and powerful it becomes. This creates a compounding advantage. Data improves AI, and AI increases the value extracted from data. Organizations with large data sets gain exponential improvements in intelligence systems, further strengthening their influence. Influence through personalization. One of the most direct forms of data-driven influence is personalization. By analyzing user behavior, systems tailor content, recommendations, and experiences to individual preferences. While personalization improves user experience, it also shapes perception and decision pathways. What users see is filtered through data-driven systems, meaning visibility itself becomes controlled. Influence is no longer broad and generic, it is individualized and adaptive. Concentration of data power. Over time, data ownership tends to concentrate within a small number of organizations. This is because data systems improve with scale, and scale attracts more users. As a result, dominant platforms accumulate massive informational advantages that are difficult for new entrants to replicate. This leads to structural market concentration, where influence is centralized in data-rich systems. The more data an organization controls, the harder it becomes to compete against it. Ethical and social dimensions of data control. Data ownership power also raises important questions about privacy, transparency, and autonomy. Since data reflects human behavior, controlling it means having significant insight into individual and collective actions. This creates responsibility around how data is collected, used, and shared. Societies increasingly debate how much influence should be concentrated within data-driven systems, and what limits should exist on behavioral prediction and manipulation. Data ownership power is one of the defining forces of the modern economy. Control of data means control over prediction systems, decision environments, and behavioral influence mechanisms. Ultimately, control of data equals control of influence, because whoever understands behavior most accurately can shape the direction of that behavior. The real shift in the digital age is that data is no longer a byproduct, it is the product. Those who control data control visibility, behavior, and opportunity at scale. Understanding data ownership is essential for understanding modern power structures. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights on technology, business, and digital economics. Comment below who you think holds the most data power in the world today.